Breaking news from Adam Schefter. The Jets have fired head coach, and I have a statement right here from Woody Johnson. This just came in that I want to read to you. This morning, I informed Robert Saleh that he will no longer serve as the head coach of the Jets. I thanked him for his hard work these past 3.5 years and wished him and his family well moving forward. This was not an easy decision. We are not where we should be given our expectations, and I believe now is the best time for us to move in a different direction. Mike T joining us now. Mike, thank you so much for being with us. Your reaction when you heard this news?
I was a little surprised by the timing, but not the decision. He was 20-36 as a head coach, and I hate to criticize a coach who just got let go, but I am truly first guessing, not second guessing. I thought it was absolute coaching malpractice not to play Aaron Rodgers in the preseason, and here's why. At 40 years old and coming off an Achilles tendon injury, you need to know what you have. Right now, Aaron Rodgers averages 6 yards per attempt. That's 28th in the NFL. You have two really good backs in Braylon Allen and Breece Hall. Every year you should know what you have, and then as your chief strategist, being the head coach, say, hey, early on in the season, we're going to lean on the running game. We're going to do a couple different things just so we can get Aaron Rodgers comfortable and knowing he's not the same guy. So I was shocked he didn't play in the preseason, and it started off on Monday night in San Francisco. They did not play well, and his record is what it is, and he doesn't deserve to be the head coach anymore.
Shannon, can you piggyback on that?
Hold on. You said it's malpractice that he didn't play Aaron Rodgers. You know good and well Robert Saleh had no control over Aaron Rodgers. If he'd had control, Aaron Rodgers would have showed up for that mandatory minicamp. He'd have been a part of this. Nobody plays their, very few teams play their starters in the regular season. I just believe that Aaron should have been there more in the voluntary stuff and in the mandatory minicamps to work on timing. But I ain't no way you gonna place that at the feet of Robert Saleh that he's gonna make Aaron Rodgers after they done went out there on airplanes and flew back and forth cross country to court him, to get him to come. And you think Robert Saleh has that kind of control to make Aaron Rodgers play in a preseason game? Never.
Shannon, that's part of that's part of the job description. You should lead your players, and you have to obviously coach Aaron Rodgers different than some undrafted free agent. But I would have sat down with Aaron Rodgers and said, hey, we are sitting on the same side of the table. We are standing shoulder to shoulder. What gives us the best chance to win in 2024? And we need you out in the preseason because we have to see where you are with your rehab. I was around Testaverde, Favre. I'm just telling you, aging quarterbacks are different, and not all preseasons are the same. And I would have said to Aaron Rodgers, this is in your best interest to make sure we know how to protect you once we get to the regular season.
Hold on, Mike T. Question for you, sir. You were the GM. Would you have said that to Aaron Rodgers, or would you have left Mangini, who was a coach that you let go in 2008, the year they went 9-7 but missed the playoffs with Brett Favre getting injured and all of that other stuff before Rex Ryan arrived? Would you have had that conversation with an Aaron Rodgers, or are you saying your coach would have had that conversation with Aaron Rodgers?
Stephen A., it's a great question. And when you're talking about transformational decisions like a star quarterback playing the preseason, I'm bringing in Aaron, I'm bringing in the offensive coordinator. I would say to the owner, if you want to sit in, that's fine. But again, what is best for us? This is 2024, Aaron. This is not when you were in your prime in Green Bay. And we want to make sure that you're in the best position possible. Again, do we have to go max protect early? Do we play Breece Hall and Braylon Allen together? There's a million questions we have to give us the best chance to be successful. And if you look at this offense, clearly it's been different than what they've expected. Again, he can't get the ball down the field. So to me, you learn that in August, so you have the best chance to win in September. And again, that is one of the many things that I think went wrong. But fundamentally, at the end of the day, guys, he was 20-36 as a head coach.
Give us insight into Woody Johnson, who you worked under. Obviously, this is a man that has owned the New York Jets since 2000 and what have you. Give us some insight into him and why he made this decision right now, which is something he has never done.
So, Stephen A., when you walk in the Jets facility, in my opinion, it's the best facility in all of North America. He has never spared a nickel. I worked there for 16 years. If it helped us win, the answer was always yes. With that comes massive expectations. And fortunately, we had a good run. We didn't win a Super Bowl, but obviously we did well in the postseason. And as long as those expectations were met or close to being met, he was great. But the standards are high. Now, look, I think one of the interesting dynamics here, just to be candid, is he was the ambassador to England when Chris Johnson, his brother, hired Robert Saleh. Now, maybe he was a little involved. I don't know. Obviously, I wasn't in the building. But this was a hire that was led by his brother, Chris. So I'm sure for Woody, it was like, here are the expectations. We have a team that could win right now. And in fact, if they win Monday night, they're in first place in the AFC East. So I'm sure part of the calculus was, let's see what we can do to give ourselves the best chance to win right now, because right now the results aren't acceptable.